Well, I started this yesterday, but for some reason it didn't save, so I'll set the graphics all up at Epic, DLSS on balanced, but I've got this, put the graphics down to 3264 by 1836. So it uses NIS upscaled 4K, so I'll get a bit better frame rate. I'm starting a new game because it didn't record yesterday, so I was never any good at the original game, and I gave up on it after about an hour. So we started on Rookie, because I always get lost on games like this.
NZXT also keeps changing the spec of its PCs literally day to day in some instances. Yesterday, while we were writing this, the Player 3 Prime not only had an RTX 4090 in it, whereas the rental the exact same PC model, built super between these CPUs is about 30%. It seems to us to be so misleading that it's writing this piece, NZXT has changed these SKUs at least and it keeps the same name. The Player 3 Prime now goes back down to 40 super just hours prior. But wait, they did it again. During the time we were editing the writing for the editing that we had to rewrite because they changed the change, they changed it again. Now there's a Player PC 4090 edition, which is in the same spec as the original Player 3 Prime.
Last question, Dr. Dallin. Are you sure the perimeter surrounding the zone is really enough? If a powerful emission were to occur, we...
Listen, the zone has remained stable for years. Besides, we didn't establish the most advanced institution in human history without first guaranteeing its safety. As the head of the Scientific Institute for Research of the Chernobyl area, or CIRCA for short, I believe the wonders that we will bring to the world far outweigh the potential risks.
How big are these risks exactly?
The zone reveals a whole new world. We can stick with the old one, fearing change. But tell me, do you want our descendants to remember us as cowards? Or as those who dared to venture forward to a new, better humanity?
The injured were evacuated. I remind our listeners that a similar incident happened in our region quite recently, ruining homes and livelihoods. City officials urge people to stay calm, assuring them the situation is totally under control.
You alive back there?
I'm okay.
The zone is really raging today. See that? It was a hell of a blast. I remember one. So fierce.
Are we, close?
Kind of. The central checkpoint could be on alert after the emission, but there's another way in. Crack in the wall to the left of the fault. Bugger off! Hope you didn't lose your secret artifact along the way. If it was outside the zone for too long, it would have lost its anomalous energy. but I've got this shiny metal thing to recharge it. One lucky activation, and we have a gold mine here.
Sector 9, visual detection of the vault. I say again, Sector 9, visual detection of the vault.
Show me what you found.
Won't catch that difference, but they present two different data sets for the same parts sometimes. And yet,
What the hell is this?
for two different GPUs,
I've seen artifacts taken from the zone before. They always burn out and fall apart real fast.
model name is supposed to be a short
But this one?
This one is not from the zone.
Oh, I bet. Where'd you find it?
In my laundry basket.
and consumer user reviewers all understand what they're talking about. If you're changing the parts day by day, nothing means anything that's published online.
Who do you think you're talking to, huh? You have any idea what this scanner cost me? If it's not an artifact, it's gonna blow us all to hell! I won't let my hard work come to nothing because of you. I won't let you push it down the shit.
This stone owes me a new home. We gotta move.
You know what? I still like this thing. I'm gonna buy it. Except the specs change. There's no reason you would really think to change it again. For example, one day later, if the product photography is the same, if the page looks more or less the same as you, except for maybe one number somewhere low down on the page changed, you wouldn't really think about it.
Get to the scientist bunker. Nehoda will explain how to proceed with the scanner. He's waiting for you. Good luck.
For as egregious and terrible the actions of NVIDIA were for the 1030, it's still at least D4 to the end of the model name, which is not sufficient, but is somehow still better than what NZXT is doing here. It has also built it so that you explicitly agree to terms of
Give me a sit rep. Perimeter breached. Extensive damage caused by... fuck knows what. Copy that. Dispatching a response team.
because you have to return it unused. And that leads us to marketing and advertising. For NZXT's marketing tactic, it has decided to compensate an army of social media influencers and TikTokers to regurgitate lies and misinformation in order to sell large volumes of its product under what we think are false pretenses. Try this instead. NZXT. Here's a rapid fire roundup of the
Seen them send anything this way.
and sometimes straight up lies of NZXT's influencer army. It actually makes kind of sense. They have zero strings attached and no strings attached. No strings attached. No strings attached and no commitment. There is a commitment.
No.
You literally have to pay or they'll send you to collection. In fact, there's an entire contract of commitments and strings that are attached. NZXT will send you one of their amazing gaming PCs straight to your house. Games that ability to play any of the latest video games without breaking your bank or contracts. What? Now, this is a service contract. So this is a contract that is presented to a consumer in a take it or leave it situation. No contracts. And until one agrees from a cost
Contact the sphere.
It's this one. It doesn't have those cables. It's not this $3,000 piece. The player 2 that he says this is $1,000 in parts. You can double that for the build fee and still be cheaper than the number he just pulled out of his ass. Although it's amazing he can pull anything out of there with all of NZXT's money up it. Even the player 2 non-flex pre-built purchasable PC is $1,600, and that has way better components. They're not the same computer. Maybe that one's $3,000, but then it's not the player 2. At least one of these things is minimally factually incorrect and at most a lie. But this paid partnership with NZXT shows that NZXT is endorsing a completely irresponsible publication of false and, we think, harmful information to the consumer who is watching this brain rot content.
Warranty that might just end up saving you from an accident, like dropping a thing, which I've totally never done before.
Quote, this warranty does not cover damage or defects due to accidents.
The second one is flexible payments for the pre-built audience. That could be huge for you.
It is huge. Huge scam. If NZXT tries to come back and say, oh, it's just the affiliates who did this, we have no control.
Instant access to top-tier NVIDIA GPUs from just 79 cents per hour. Get H100, A100, and L40S GPUs with support for compute.
It's the affiliates who did this, we have no control over them. First of all, NZXT, you're saying the same shit, so shut the fuck up. NZXT's own webpage says, no strings attached, zero commitment, a PC that's never behind. All lies straight from NZXT's own website. Almost like it's a script. Second, even if they didn't say the same stuff that's exactly on NZXT's website, you can't just unscrupulously send out money and encourage fraudulent marketing by rewarding these people with money, products, or some form of compensation, while at the same time accepting sales through those affiliate links and reaping all of the financial benefit of selling computers under a false pretense, we think, in a potentially fraudulent advertisement. The Flex builds also...
Area 1 to checkpoint south.
Say used. NZXT states that its Flex is neither financing nor rent to own. It tries to spin this as a positive, saying, quote, you get a lifetime warranty, regular refresh upgrades, and more. You're allowed to cancel at any time and are not obligated to make payments until fully paid off.
Have you reached the bunker? Find Dr. Ngoga. He's agreed to give you the coordinates.
I don't think it'll be that easy, but I'll figure it out.
It is not, and never will be, your computer. They make that clear, except for in that language, where it sounds like it is your computer. So even the language saying you have to return it deceptively implies that it is your device. And just like it was never our 84,000-pound excavator that we used to bury NZXT's marketing bullshit, the Flex will never be your computer. Second, let's remove this deceptive line. You get a lifetime warranty. This statement is insane. The fact that they call it lifetime is insane. The fact that they call it a warranty is insane. And it's very difficult to find where to start here. It is neither a warranty nor is it for a lifetime. This is not
What the fuck happened here?
the computer isn't yours. You don't own the computer. Doesn't make any sense. They can't be warranted for you because it isn't yours. It'd be like renting a car for a weekend and them saying to you, good news, you have a lifetime warranty on this car. It doesn't make any sense. It's their car. If it breaks, they're gonna fix it. They would have the warranty. They would file for the warranty if there's a manufacturer warranty claim. It has nothing to do with you as the guy renting it. And so what are you supposed to do with it? Like, so the transmission breaks for a different customer 5 years in the future, you go, ooh, I have the lifetime warranty. I shall file a claim for this. It's just deceptive. Doesn't make any sense. Except the service is to provide you.
Well, what is it? Any updates?
The goat is dead. So are the other scientists.
Dead? Oh, God. We're screwed. Get out of there immediately.
Stop freaking out and tell me where the data is stored.
Find his Tom. The coordinates should be in there.
It's clear that this is targeting a younger crowd that is going to be very easily influenced. And if you think about it, Carter PCs did make a video about it. You could literally get one of these PCs for 1 month and then win a Fortnite tournament or something and have enough money to buy your own PC. Switching from console to PC has never been a cheap game. It's always been convincing your parents.
Hey, Nagoda. What's up? Have you met Herman's client yet? Tell him a new mission means new coordinates. New coordinates means a new bill.
Nagoda's dead. I'm Mr. Client.
Whoa! That's a hell of a mess you got there, boys. Well, screw that smart-ass bastard. I never liked him anyway. Hold on a sec, Mr. Client. Did Herman at least tell you what to do with the coordinates?
Remind me.
Holy fucking cow. Will you let me eat in peace for once? Alright, follow the coordinates and stick your scanner into the ground, and then back off. When it's all done, you pick it up. Got it? If not, that's your problem. I'm not a damn help desk. So long, Mr. Client.
Do you have the coordinates? I hope you do. Things are about to get a little more complicated from here.
Good thing it's been a walk in the park until now.
First, find the detector. This is a mobile lab. Scientists ought to have at least one.
I've already got a detector.
You'll need to acquire an artifact to shield yourself from the scanner's radiation. If you don't, you might end up joining Nagoda.
How?
Find an anomaly. After the emission, it shouldn't be that difficult. Then use the detector's signal to navigate it. If the stalkers have figured it out, I'm sure you can too. After that, attach the artifact to your belt and go plant the scanner. Just try not to get killed in the anomaly. That would be rather embarrassing.
I'm okay. Is charging always this noisy?
No, but that rock of yours is pretty unusual. Check the scanner quick. Is it charged?
Nope.
I knew it! I told you to get out of there! Hurry back or I'll leave without you!
Calm down. I got some time left. Heading for the next spot.
What for you?
Buy, sell, and trade your way to victory with Monopoly Classic. Play by colour or number and be the first to shout "Uno!" Show off your vocabulary with Scrabble Classic. Draw 7 tiles and compete to create the highest scoring words across the board. The game. Board games available now.
Herman, Sauter's premium coordinates smell like a scam.
His coordinates always work like a charm. But the emission could have thrown a wrench in the works.
We'll find out soon. Just one spot left.
Did you hear me? Drop the damn scanner and come back right now!
I've got nowhere to go back to, Herman. Over and out.
We put this together. We cobbled together this charted scenario of taking a $3,000 loan to play video games with a so-called finance fee at $5,250. Assuming you could pay it back within 175 days, it would be $8,250 total owed, which is still cheaper than paying for the same machine for 32 months. In other words, if you were to keep this example PC from NZXT for at least 32 months, you might actually be better off taking a definitely predatory, possibly mafia-backed, and almost certainly criminal loan, and then owning the computer at the end of it. Paying the same price, but at your terms, if they break your kneecaps. Now we're talking about these services. These are really aggressive, and Vincent Augusta, an attorney who's joining us, was behind him to provide his expert insights. Read through the contract.
What's that? Some kind of anomaly. What? I see the scanner. Tracing for anomalous activity in radio signals. Situation unclear. You, inside. You, to the roof. Move out. HQ, roulette reporting. Come in, HQ. Damn it. S.T.A.L.K.E.R PDA detected. Someone here! Oh, no. finished him, and let's make tracks.
The business has a legitimate interest in getting their product back safely. But the way that this term is written is that it allows for a kind of a series of pitfalls for the customer in attempting to accomplish that goal. And these are a little bit of extreme examples. There's
What the?
the consumer has 60 days to notify.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Some fireworks, huh?
Excessive billing.
Who are you?
Per the agreement,
I'm your guardian angel.
the charge as the
Here's a bolt.
and so this
Why the hell would I need a bolt?
Take a look around.
it doesn't indicate a limit for the amount.
Crap.
Messes up two decimal
Yep.
places and charges
Toss it into the anomaly, then while it resets, run like hell. Got it? Now go.
Also, the fact that is somewhat counterintuitive. So if you notice and show instinct might be to pick up the phone. But by the terms of this agreement, you have it properly.
Passive.
Does something exist? You practice law in North Carolina.
Done that bit alright yesterday, easy.
Where if
But for some reason, first time, it wouldn't run properly. So then I done it again, and then I died.
what is there like a window, right? Generally, in North Carolina, you have 3 years to bring that charge. And again, that's
Again.
by the language of this agreement, it appears that they're attempting to 60 days statute of limitations.
What the fuck? It keeps getting... Won't let me fucking run.
Precedent that involved a court upholding a 60-day statute of limitation modification contract.
All I done yesterday was chuck the bolt and run, and it worked.
The Uniform Commercial Code that's been adopted by North Carolina limits the reduction in statute of limitations, at least for the sale of products, to no less than 1 year. Now, this is a contract for services, so it's not governed by the same law, but it seems to give an indication of where that line might be for North Carolina. It almost harkens to like a Fair Credit Billing Act kind of languages that in federal law, when there is a kind of a fraudulent charge, the consumer has 60 days to bring it to the credit card company's attention to dispute it. But this is not the same situation, and obviously those limitations are very different because it's not the credit card company that's billing you, it's the third party that's billing you through the credit card company. Here the billing is direct, and so for there to be a direct billing, that if it is erroneous, you only have 60 days to challenge is exceedingly concerning. When returning the rental equipment, the agreement
You wanted to
stipulates that
settle
the
some
consumer
scores,
will
didn't
I'm
you?
gonna stop the shimmering.
The timing couldn't be any worse.
Ooh,
the product. So
did he go in there, did he?
the first is
The bastard shot him at point blank. Then took everything, even the sensors.
attempting to effectuate
Fuck. Now the entire lesser zone is gonna have to clean up this mess. Why is your ass still here? Head over to Zalicia and keep your mouth shut. Unless you want both of us killed.
of drafting these terms on one side to protect the legitimate interests of the business, and the other side to kind of punish the consumer. Not what you would want to see in an agreement if you were looking out for a consumer, because it's not appropriately attributing responsibility. If the product is returned damaged or materially altered, then the remedy that the agreement provides for the business is a replacement fee up to the full retail value of the computer. And so this is concerning for a couple of reasons. One is that it doesn't make any mention of
Right, where did he go
relationship
now?
between the
DLAA is only turn it off because it's too sharp. I'm gonna have to turn down the sharpness.
Oh, freshly baked. It's a walk in the park. Hello, little fella. It's like taking candy from a baby. Come on, as if I'd do that. With one touch switch, it's easy. We sort everything out for you. We even call your current provider. Plus, we'll help towards any leaving fees. Switch today to full fibre broadband with Vodafone. Credit of up to £100 to cover leaving fees. Visit Vodafone.co.uk/broadband to find out about the switch process and the terms.
And the replacement penalty.
What is a soft credit pull as far as it relates to this agreement, and what are the privacy concerns you have with the agreement?
The idea is that
If you have any questions, be quick. If anyone spots you here, the whole ward will come after you.
they're not indicating to the credit agencies that they're looking to take out money.
Who are you, anyway?
An ordinary stalker. I used to be a guide. Took people all around the zone. Then I got lost in every meaning of the word. So it's probably not a good idea to stick around me for long.
These wardens. Who are they?
The ward guards S.T.A.L.K.E.R, that big-ass institute at the swamps. Or so they say. In truth, they control nearly the entire zone. Duty and Freedom couldn't hold a candle to the ward. They tried to resist, but Korshunov put them in their place quick enough. He made sure they wouldn't mess with the New World Order. Anyway, stay away from the ward. And don't mention this around them, obviously.
What sensors did you mention?
A warden gadget. It records everything around the squad like a black box. We're lucky not every warden gets one. If it ends up in the wrong hands, or worse, in the right hands.
You help everybody? Or am I somehow special?
To quote my fictional dad, son, help if you can, and if you can't, don't get in the way. So, don't get in the way. Or help if you will. My men at the post office need a hand. Bring them a couple of medkits. You'll do good and make some friends, maybe.
Connection with the subscription services. So, connection is exceedingly broad. That category of data seems to encompass just about everything. Your name, your email address, your address, personal information, an audio recording of your voice, pictures of yourself, and if it's on the hard drive and it's returned to them, then that seems very reasonably to be in connection with the subscription agreement and the services provided. You've provided it to them. Whether or not you did it intentionally is maybe up for debate. But if it's on the hard drive and you return it to them, you provided it to them, and it's pursuant to this agreement.
And it's in connection with the services.
It's in connection with the services.
Yeah, and in this case, you can't even negotiate. You call it a contract negotiation.
Right. So this is
No, I don't think so. Thought I'd try, just in case.
So you're a Magic the Gathering player.
once in a while. Depends on who you ask.
I'm gonna play.
Lone Stalkers, the bar in Solis stays open again. The first drink after the emission is on me.
There's a legitimate interest of providing this rental. There's a possibility it gets stolen, where they pay for 100 to get it, and they pay us again, and they then form a dark pact to offer you a contract from below. All of these. Last beside. Don't ruin my thing.
I was so distracted I didn't even hear your question. Can you repeat your question? I think it's an excellent point. And the answer is I think it's the peripheral of the system.
Cover me, boy!
Okay, you still. No, he's not.
I wasn't really expecting any help. Come on over. Okay.
address the relationship that actually has no connection to the actual subscription itself. I mean, overcharging the consumer and putting a 60-day time limit to draw attention to that, and putting
That's where I come before, not up here.
benefit to the consumer. So one of the things in the agreement is an attempt to limit the direct damages that the business can be responsible for. The subscription agreement says that the aggregate amount of direct damages that operator, which is the business, will pay you for claims under these terms, is the total fees paid to operator by you in the 6 months immediately preceding the event that gives rise to
Did look quite
They're attempting
good.
to limit their damages for liability to whatever the amount is of the 6 months of subscription fees.
Pretty good.
So, in a lot of ways, this looks like an attempt to create what's called liquidated damages provision. It's an attempt to, if the parties of the contract are struggling to figure out what the
Right,
damage
let's get out of
in
here.
the future, and there's kind of a difficulty of constraining their risk, then parties can, in theory, negotiate a fixed amount
Really
that
two
will
doggies.
replace a calculation of the actual damages for breach of the contract.
What sorts of things does this are they attempting to cover here?
It seems as though they're attempting to cover everything.
NTXT has in the past sold computer cases that the CPSC, Consumer Product Safety Commission, has issued notices on.
Yeah, I've
If they
joined
happen
two
to sell
together.
you a computer that catches on fire, is that the type of scenario, maybe at the extreme end, but that is attempted to be covered here?
I mean, and they make every effort to waive every single kind of liability that they are legally allowed to waive. And so you see this in the attempts to reach the absolute maximum liability protection, is that they use language that specifically acknowledges that this might not even be enforced. So, for example, in this liquidated damages provision, it says, if permitted under prevailing law, the aggregate amount of direct damages. And the reason they say this is because this kind of provision is jurisdictions
I'm hiding here!
generally have the difficulty
That's it.
assessing the damages at the time. You can see in this assumption of all risk, it says use including but not limited to bodily injury, paralysis, other ailments that then you express it to assume all risks and accept all responsibility for any accident, property damage, death, or disability that you may suffer as a result of using services.
Cover me, boys! I'm hiding!
Waive and release of claim. You hereby expressly agree to waive and release operator and service providers from any and all claims, including those in contract, which is what this agreement is, toward negligence statute.
Blow us to hell!
Including without limitation. Any accident that you may suffer as a result of using our services. So, again, is all of this enforceable? Potentially not. Will they attempt to enforce all of that? Potentially not. But they are, the language of this contract, attempting to reach the absolute bounds of liability waiver that they can possibly achieve.
If I'm a really serious consumer and I want to it doesn't exist, but let's still say I come to you and say, I'd like to return. Can you read this for me and tell me what you think? What would that conversation be after the fact? What would be your quick recap to me, right, of how you feel about the agreement?
I think it's concerning because there are lots of potential pitfalls for the consumer. There are lots of places where you can run into problems that you wouldn't necessarily think intuitively that would be problems. There are places where the technical requirements by the terms of the contract are nearly impossible to accomplish. The use of your data for any reasons is problematic. And so there's a lot to be concerned about with this. There's a lot of terms in this agreement that go well above and beyond what is necessary to have a contract for the rental of
Well,
services.
who sent you? Richter or that asshole Zorik?
Says under 14 warranties, the accuracy or completeness
No
of
one
product
sent me.
information is not guaranteed.
Guess today is your lucky day.
Notice
Did I ask for your help? Or do you just have a death wish? What you looking at? Expecting a reward? Check the thugs. I'm just glad they left me my suit. Wait a sec. They didn't take the detector! Those scumbags think they're too good to dive into anomalies looking for artifacts. Easier to shake down a loner on his way out. Assholes.
That they've said for the fittest.
That'll do. Hand it over.
Here you go. There's an anomaly in the cave. Appeared right after the emission. Maybe the detector will help you sniff something out. Thanks for the help, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. But don't count on anyone standing up for you if you run into trouble. You'll be better off that way.
I think it is literally impossible to do that in some cases, because if I turn the computer on and I load BIOS and see that it's not configured to the memory spec that they have stated, which might not necessarily be quick to determine without turning it on, without using it, and I complain to them strictly by this contract, I guess their response is, well, we didn't guarantee that. I mean, what?
It appears as though that would be something that they could do. Yes.
Right.
If you were to receive a product that was, and this is their language, that was materially inaccurately described, if you used the product to determine that it was materially inaccurately described, then you would no longer have a remedy, and you would be stuck with that for some period of time, whether it be
Maybe it's a month
for the description, whatever.
Right. Any final words on all of this? Like, I mean, do you have anything we haven't covered that you want to cover?
At the risk of repeating myself from previous videos, it's important to read these agreements. Just because they're boilerplate language doesn't mean that they can't be enforced. I think that most people who would have agreed to this would be surprised to find out that some of these things were in here.
I wouldn't expect everyone to read every agreement they're presented with, even though on a pure technical level you should. But realistically, you know, Apple presents the terms of service for iTunes and get a South Park episode. So most people don't read it. This concept of renting a gaming computer is relatively new. I personally would read stuff like this because
Well, a bit glitchy, isn't it?
unchallenged in this specific use case that this is, if anyone's wondering like where should I draw the line, what to read and what not, this is the kind of thing I personally would read.
I mean, obviously, read it. I would say read everything. Of course. It's not realistic. It's not what anyone does, but that is, unfortunately, that's really the only option to make sure that you're...
And these companies know that, you know, they know you're not reading the page or whatever to download something. So, right. But technically you should read it. So, anyway, that will recap the sort of the legal discussion of all this. Hopefully it gives people something to look out for too in other contracts or warranties. Next time I'll bring cards that weren't banned. Next time I'll bring cards that weren't banned. First off, in light of this investigation, we are proud to award S.T.A.L.K.E.R with our first ever repulsive, most unethical, amoral, corrupt, dishonest, shady, predatory...
Here's a little present for you!
Surprise! Along with this award, which we are shipping to the S.T.A.L.K.E.R
That's easy.
also received a free lifetime ban from Venus Access and to be the proud recipient they'll be listed alongside prestigious generic categories, gambling, CD websites. Congratulations!
Fucker.
Because we cover too much of their stuff. But as a team, become permaban for being
Where's that fucker shot?
Present for you.
Fucker.
Like I said, that one was like 22 grand or something like that. And NZXT is an easy revenue stream. We've been working with NZXT on and off for years now. They are one of the longest standing advertisers on the channel. But since the H1, it's really just gone downhill. And there were individual products.
Yeah, I can't use them, man.
I mean, the power supplies have been fine, and that's what we ran the ads for last time. But this particular issue, this program they have for the rentals, is so disgusting that we want zero advertising relationship with them at all ever again. That is genuinely, I am that upset about what they're doing to people with this program. So, yeah, years ago, before we decided to not do any type of contract work at all, I did some contract writing for NZXT. This is talking like almost 10 years ago now, something like that. So, we've done a lot with them over the years, but we're cutting off an easy revenue stream with NZXT. We can do that without really any concern, and that is, again, thanks to all of you. So, for those of you who go to the store.gamersnexus.net, remember to use code PUCKGamersNexus to get 10% off anything on our
We can't
store.
slide.
It includes our soldering and project mats that are extremely heat resistant, our PC building, anti-static mod mats, wiring diagrams, screw tracking grids, and of course our new dice sets, which include the inductor e-waste dice, where inductors are embedded within the sharp edge resin dice, and the Snowflake the cat dice, where my cat Snowflake's miniature is in them. They come with boxes and cards. So that's how you can support us. Now, as for NZXT's program, I personally would immediately return the computer and cancel my subscription. NZXT sort of traps you by nature of the program. A rental computer, you set your whole life up on a rental computer. That makes it harder and harder to cancel a subscription computer the longer you have, because you're more entrenched in that system. It's going to be more of a pain in the ass to migrate, especially if you don't even get to keep the drive. So the sooner you can break free of that, in our opinions, the better, because it only gets more difficult to migrate later on. Likewise, because their advertising is so blatantly false in some scenarios, or their partner advertising, their paid partnerships, hashtag NCXT partner, all this stuff, it's so wrong. Plus their own first-party site, like the FPS benchmark discrepancies we found on their own page with their own numbers, we think there may be some real exposure here for NZXT, but also for the FPS benchmarking. Every single computer, we think, sold under the FPS
What you want?
terms would be in violation of their own FPS warranty.
When a scientist offers you a job, think real hard. Then tell him to eat a real hard dick. They don't give a shit about human lives. Their experiments are all they care about. If something goes wrong and you die horribly, the scientists couldn't care less.
That in some cases can be worse than loans that can't legally be given by financial institutions.
Well, here we are. Do you need anything?
State laws you look at, for something that you don't even own at the end, to us, it looks like NZXT has absolutely no interest in participating in a healthy ecosystem. It has joined the ranks of the greediest and most disgusting anti-consumer companies, we think, that are in this industry. NZXT, with this program, makes Corsair look totally fine. Like Corsair, it's a bad deal. There's a lot of markup. They might assemble it incorrectly, and it's a gigahertz under the actual spec of the CPU. But it just seems so innocent by comparison. It's crazy. So, NZXT is no longer
See you.
the company I knew when I started this
We'll
industry.
never get used to those bloodsuckers. Been here for a year, and they still make me sick to my
Oh,
stomach.
fucking hell. Talk about lag then.
But the actions of this company do not reflect that. And being diluted certainly doesn't help. 10 years ago, NZXT launched the bright white H440 from within the cigarette yellow walls of Circus Circuits, a $25 a night in Las Vegas for CES. The company was small and scrappy and willing to
Talk about
I'm
frame
looking
rate
for
drop.
solder.
Nope. Talk to Gaffer. That's him over there.
I was thrilled to see what they had, irrespective of the quality of their suite. That didn't matter. What mattered
What do you want?
was what the company was making. And NZXT seems to know that. That was awesome. I love that scrappy approach to it. That's how I
Sit down and stay out of sight.
3 of my men never reported back from their overnight patrol around the lesser zone. We found their bodies by the old bridge.
Hey, soldier over here. What do you call 3 dead wardens up the zone's ass? A good start.
A trader who goes by Hamster is peddling this service weapon that belonged to one of those wardens. He got it from Squint.
Apologies, Captain, but Zalicia is a free trade zone. We have an agreement with Kush.
Where is Squint?
The zone has its share of secrets. Who are we to meddle in its designs?
Playing a wizened stalker sage, are you? Fine. Squint was there for sure. He finished off the wounded and looted their bodies. Is that the stalker way now?
Who am I to judge?
If you won't tell me, others will. Seize them!
Easy now. Nobody's going anywhere.
If you don't want the innocent to suffer, find me the culprit.
Well then, in times of war, the law falls silent.
Hey, Stalker. Must be new here. Come over here. Let's have a chat.
I think I'll do, guys. It's done a real laggy one. Heard it did in these areas. Right, I hope you enjoyed it anyway, guys. Good.